Where my girls at? Where my girls at? Independent, free spirit. Ooh, it's something serious. Where my girls at? We ain't linked up in a cool minute. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. Where my girls at? It's going down, down. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right. We going out tonight. It's going down tonight. Yeah, right. It's going down tonight. We going out tonight. Yeah, right.
Issues. And the world has issues. We got issues, and we got a lot of issues to talk about today. Welcome. So grateful that you are listening to The Force of Friendship. And we got issues at 9:10 a.m. the Superstation. We are going to talk about it all today. Today, we're talking about EAT. We got a little bit of feedback, so might have to turn down. Someone has the radio up, and so we got the radio and the phone feeding back. So I might have to come off speaker if I'm on speaker at all. But today we're going to talk about it all, and I'm just going to jump right in. Oh my goodness, and talk about it. I am Caterina Harris Earl. I'm coming to you out of California. I'm going to bring in my girlfriend. Walter, if you have us on speaker, you might have to come off speaker, and that'll stop the feedback. Perfect. And so I'm excited. It's a beautiful, warm, sunny day. I don't even know if it's fall. It almost feels like spring up in here, except for the trees have turned colors. And so we're so excited to be back with you today, Tuesday, and we're going to talk about it. I'm going to go to the girlfriends because we got a lot of news to wrap about before we bring in our guest speaker. But today we're talking about eat, drink, be merry, and stay fit for the holidays. Is it possible to do all four? I want our listening audience and our Facebook and YouTube audience to just ask yourself, did you feel any guilt while you were eating over the holiday? I didn't. But did you feel any guilt afterwards when you went back for that fourth piece of pie 2 days later? Okay. So we're going to talk about it. And honestly, this is an important conversation because with the news of the Omicron variant, it's not to be played with. It is so important that we are not only vaccinated, but that we are protected, and we got to eat right to keep our immune system straight. So we got a lot to talk about what's happening in America, some good news, some challenging news, and some just plain sad news. So what's on your mind, Sabrina? Looking beautiful, looking like a bright sunny day. Got your hair did and everything.
Y'all talked about me so bad yesterday. Told me I need to get my hair done. Gloria said, you look so tired after I've been on a 12-hour road trip. So I said, let me try to get spruced up for these girls today, okay? I'm feeling good. Just saddened to hear about the shooting at the high school in Michigan. Chris can tell us more about that since she's living right there. So it's always something, this new virus. Just when we start to breathe again, we're getting hit with something else. My son is at Princeton. They're going to start testing him 3 times a week on campus.
Wow.
Because there's been an increase of cases on campus. And so we have to get very vigilant and be very careful as we're out here in these streets, for sure. So lots going on. I know we got a special guest. I could go on and on. I mean, we could spend the whole time talking about current events.
I know.
I'll pass it.
Sabrina, you got to talk about Miss. Is it Miss Universe or Miss America? I believe
Miss USA, baby.
Miss USA. Miss USA. You got to talk about that. You got to talk about it. Regina,
oh my goodness, you guys, we got a brand new Miss USA. Gloria, just a year ago, you were judging that pageant just last year. And another year's going around. You got to talk a little bit about that experience. My sister was there, and she said they did a tremendous job. And she was there escorting one of the race massacre survivors, 107-year-old Mother Fletcher was in the house. And she got to meet the new queen and all of that. So you guys, Miss Teen USA is an African-American woman. I can't remember where she's from. And Miss USA is Miss Kentucky, an African-American woman. So, and the Miss USA pageant has been bought by a Black woman. who now owns the pageant. Yes, yes, yes. So it was
Is that
just
the first
really
time a black queen crowned a black queen?
no, not in that pageant. No, Gloria, talk about your experience right quick with that.
Yeah. That last year that happened as well. The black queen crowned another black queen, and then this queen is natural and she's gorgeous and she's smiling, and the way that they did it. And you guys, if you watch their social media, you can see them go up and up. And Paula, who's president of the organization, who used to work for Donald Trump way back in the day when he owned it, she is the nicest, funnest, most protective woman. She really cares about the women. She cares about the venue. So when you announced it was in Tulsa, I was like, wow, because they really search out the venues. And it's one of the biggest shows when they feed Miss USA into Miss Universe. So I'm really proud. I don't know anything about her. I cannot wait to find out about her, but always the family's all there. And honestly, Sabrina, I cannot believe it's been a year. It's been a year since that happened, and it was quite the experience to be a judge, and it's quite the experience to meet the girls. It's quite the experience for the elimination. And I told you guys last year, after you interview all those women, you know everything's going to be okay with the world, because those women are running the world for real, like for real, and they're so young. The obstacles they've overcome is so magnificent, but they get it on all issues. They get on the faith, they get on the family, they get on the finances, they get them on the family, they get the relationships. It was powerful, very powerful.
Wow. Yeah. We love to see competition. Yeah. We love to see winners, and we love to see a sister win, right?
Right. Especially one with natural hair.
Okay. Yes. Absolutely.
Wait till I share with you. Wait till I share with you one of the number one reasons that sisters are going natural as we talk about fitness today. For real. Okay. So I like to swim, and nothing like being able to get your hair wet. So, right. But Chris, we want to know what's taking place in Michigan. I mean, prayers for Michigan.
Oh my gosh. Yes. I mean, it's just, I didn't have I wasn't watching the news today, but then my phone started lighting up, and I was like, what is going on? And I turned the television on, and OMG, to find out that there was yet another shooting at a high school. I mean, this is becoming all too familiar. So sad. My heart, first of all, goes out to all of the families who have lost loved ones. There are 3 confirmed that are dead, and 8. It went from 6 to 8 who are at the hospital. Some are in surgery. So So we absolutely want to keep these families in our prayers. When you try to put yourself in the position of a parent who, it's just a regular school day. Sometimes we say, that they're at the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't necessarily believe that. There are times where people are at the wrong place at the wrong time, but how can going to high school, which is what you do and what you're supposed to do, be the wrong place at the wrong time? And so it's just so sad. Oxford is a little over an hour away from Detroit. And so it's, in another suburban city. And I mean, and a lot of times when you interview and you listen to interviews, a lot of times they say, we just couldn't believe that it could happen, to us. But you know what, when you look at these mass shootings and where they've taken place, sometimes there's no rhyme and there's no rhythm to who does it and why they do it. They're still trying to get all that. But this is what's interesting, you guys. This particular high school, had a great plan, because now it's sad to say high schools have to put together a plan if there is a shooting or someone comes in with a gun. They have to have a plan in place. Do you know that the police were there within 5 minutes? So 5 minutes. They were able to get there, and guess what? They apprehended the shooter, and it's a male, and he is not talking. He is only 15 years old, you guys. 15 years old. And so again, it's just a tragedy all the way around. So let's just keep those families in our prayers. It's so sad. Hearts are heavy, parents are heavy. Can you imagine just celebrating Thanksgiving with your children, and then a few days later you have to plan a funeral? I'm telling you, my heart just goes out to them on today. So I'm going to turn it back to you, Caterina, and let's talk about something that isn't, definitely not sad like this. And so again, it really is a tragic situation.
I do want to bring this point up, because as I was watching it, I just want to say to everybody, we have to be careful that we don't become insensitive. And I love what you said, Chris, is that, this is very sad. There has to be cases about it. They have to have plans. And I just feel like screaming at the top of my lungs, world. I know this seems like it's coming week after week, but we cannot let this to be common, and we cannot get comfortable in this thing. And, you see it, and the next thing you know, you flip to another channel because you don't want to hear nothing about it. Where I remember when it first came out, this first started,
it's not even breaking news. It's not even breaking news anymore.
Right, Sabrina, it wasn't even breaking news. It wasn't even breaking news.
They're on to something else. I was like, what is this world coming to when this is not urgent?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Yes, this is a show. We're going to do this show very soon, especially if we have anybody in our listening audience that is an expert in this area. Reach out to us at theforceoffriendship.com on the We Got Issues tab and let us know, because we want to talk about this. Just yesterday, Chris did an amazing job. Our guest, Chris, did an amazing job talking about revitalizing schools and neighborhoods and so forth. And so we're going to bring our guest in. But I do want to mention that today is Giving Tuesday. So today is a day that you can reach out to nonprofits in your area that are doing good work. This is a time to make a donation of your time or a donation of your funds or both. So it is Giving Tuesday, and I am grateful that my personal trainer is giving today. Okay. Yes, I got my workout in today. Okay. He didn't make me do the P word planks, but he did make me do the other P word push-ups, okay, with the dumbbell and the kettlebell, and okay,
wow, serious workout.
Classic Man Fitness. This is Walter Sellers. He has been serving the fitness community since 2019, founded by Walter Sellers, who provides personal training, nutrition planning, accountability services. When I tell you his app keeps you accountable every day, I'm like, another motivational quote, another thing. Here it comes. I am so grateful. He is certified through the NCCA accredited personal training program. And you guys, recently in the past 7 weeks, he participated in not one, but 2 bodybuilding contests, the Mr. America, which is the longest running natural bodybuilding contest in the USA, and the AMBF Staten Island Pro-Am. He placed number 10 in Mr. America and finished with 5 top 3 awards in the AMBF Awards.
Yes.
Then he went
the winners, baby.
Then he went and took a picture with some pizza, okay? That he said he didn't
right. And ice cream. And ice cream.
I was so happy to see
your stomach must have been messed up.
So Walter, we got so many issues. We literally gave you a minute before we go to break, maybe 30 seconds. So just say hey to the people, and when you come back, we're gonna get all up in it. So say hey to the people and tell them where you are.
Hey people, I'm right here in Delaware and also the DMV. Looking forward to working with you all today. We're having a good time. Let's get it in.
Awesome. Well, I just want to tell you, as we go to break, over 53.3% of those over 18 have some physical activity, but only 23% do aerobics and muscle strengthening. So we're going to talk about the importance of that, some food, some nutrition, all that good stuff when we come back. Thanks for listening in, and We Got Issues. Stay right there. break talking about it's getting hot in here because it's getting hot in here. Okay. Oh my gosh. I hope the Facebook audience talked a little bit about it getting hot in here. Mardise said, I ride from, we getting all the feedback together. Mardise said, I ride from her stationary bike twice a week, walk around her house and outside for about 30 minutes. So let's give it up for Mardise. Okay.
Wow.
Coming to us on Facebook. And Yvette says she needs to get with the program. What's the name of the app? Okay. So Classic Man Fitness, we're definitely stay tuned and he will share with you how to get connected, because when you take advantage of his services, you get an amazing app with your daily workouts all up in there. So Walter, talk to us. Holidays, I already told you, don't come on here and tell us you're not doing holidays. Okay?
Don't sugarcoat it, right? Don't sugarcoat it, right?
But talk to us. How do we get back on the program between now and Christmas, and how do you keep it all together?
So in my opinion, once you make the decision to do it, make a plan. I can't stress it enough. Make a plan. It's okay to eat stuff. Enjoy it. We're humans. It's the holiday season. Just keep it relevant. So I wrote down a quick few things just to kind of give you an idea of what things are. My favorite dessert in the world is cake and ice cream. That's just me. I love cake. I love ice cream. So the average slice of cake has got about 200 calories. One scoop of ice cream is about 140 calories. So that's 340 calories above and beyond your normal diet. So I rationalized eating the cake and ice cream to myself in my mind by how long does it take me to walk that off? So for an average lady that's out there at 150 pounds, you're going to walk off 124 calories in 30 minutes. So the question becomes, are you willing to invest a 90-minute walk for a slice of cake and a scoop of ice cream? Most people are going to say, no, that they're not going to do it. So then you can kind of adjust your day accordingly. And that's kind of how I do it. I love Reese cups and I like cups. I like my ice cream. I like my cake. The question is, am I going to pay the price on the treadmill or the Stairmaster during the day? So just keep it in line with your lifestyle. Don't over it, eat past, the amount of physical activity that you're going to do each day. Make your plan, stick to it.
Did you say 90 minutes for 124 calories?
No, it's 30 minutes for 124 calories. So if you eat a bowl of ice cream and a slice of cake, it's going to take you about a 90-minute walk.
And I'm thinking that that's a thin slice of cake and one scoop. What if you have a big old thin slice and 3 scoops of ice cream? You need to walk. Right. It's an 8-hour job. So, Walter, before I bring the girlfriends in, tell us about yourself and what, the services you provide, because you really do specialize in what I love about you is you know how to motivate a sister, how you work with Black women. This is what you do. You understand our lifestyle. You understand our mindset, what we've got going on, and the barriers that come up. And I appreciate that you work in person and both virtually. So can you talk about what you do, how you do it, and how you've helped so many people?
So I have 4 sisters, and each of them have different struggles growing up, some with weight, PCOS, and other things that unfortunately affect Black women at a far greater scale than other women in different societies and cultures. Even my own wife had some issues. So through health and through changes in diet and things like that, I found that we might not be able to reverse all the stuff that's happened to us, but we can help put a stop to some of the things that affect women's health. And I can't think of a better way to give back to my community than to motivate people through what I've been trained, to do. I actually invest in myself by learning different ways of health. One of the books I'm reading right now, Black Health Matters. I get it from a bookstore right down in DC. And it just talks about different issues that affect women and Black women in particular, and how we can help overcome it naturally without a whole bunch of medicines and a whole bunch of crap that don't make any sense at all. So that's kind of my focus is how we can get off of the meds and use more exercise, use more things like that. Obviously, I'm not a doctor, so don't go say, hey, Walter said it. Nope. You talk to your doctor, make sure you implement your doctor's help into what you're trying to accomplish. Mm-hmm. Hopefully that was a roundabout way of saying I live for helping people.
And how about the food? How do you mix in the food and the food, the
So
fitness?
it all makes sense, right? It's our bodies are simple machines, it's calories in, calories out, but every calorie is not the same. The calories that's in a slice of cake are not going to be equal and equivalent to the calories that are in a hamburger, a cheeseburger, or a slice of tofu. Yeah, the number is the same, but how your body breaks that product down is a lot different. Your protein takes a little bit longer to break down, so it takes more energy to break that protein down. So that means it's going to be more calorically beneficial, to your body, depending on what it is. So I create a meal plan based on not just who you are, where you are. It's also about what kind of lifestyle that you live. If you have a sedentary lifestyle, I'm not going to give you a super carbohydrate / super protein dense or super fatty dense meal plan. However, if you're a woman who's going through menopause or is postmenopausal, I am going to increase the amount of good fats that you have, like olive oil, avocado, and things like that, because those are things that help replace the estrogen that your body is not making as frequently as it was, before. All those things all matter, but they're all tuned to each person. You can't just give someone a cookie cutter meal plan and say, "Hey, eat this."
Right.
It works for everybody. It doesn't. So I have to talk to you, get to know you. I mean, Katrina will tell you, we worked together for a good little bit before we got, her meal plan dialed in, and that's the same with all of my clients. It's how can we make sure it's fit to you.
Hey,
In
why
fact,
don't you
what
go
I'm
into the
doing.
detail of that little bit? What did you have to do with Katrina? Because whatever you had to do with Katrina, you'd have to do with all of us. Like, what's that little
Tell
bit?
it
Don't be
all.
leaving out all
Tell
the
it
detail.
all.
Yeah.
So
Don't be trying to
yeah,
leave
I
out all the
go for it
detail
all.
while to sliding over the ice, sliding over the ice.
That's honestly what it is. It's you choosing that it's a step that we're going to take, and then we'll talk and we have multiple conversations about what your day looks like, what kind of foods you like to eat, what don't you eat. If you don't like what you're going to have on your meal plan, it's not going to be successful. So we got to make sure it's foods that you're actually going to like, eat, and enjoy eating and preparing, and make it work. Or you can go online and go to a lot of different food service places, find one that's close to your house, and get them to deliver fresh food to you. So everything is all, depending on
That
what you
was
can do to
part of
make it
what you
easy and
did for
best for you.
me. Is I'm like, it is hard for me to cook once a day, let alone 5 times a day, because got to eat all these little meals and all this stuff. And so Walter literally went on and found, all the way from Delaware, he found a service that would deliver the food to me. And then after a while, my husband was like, I could do that. He loved to cook. I love to eat. But the biggest success has been for me, no bread. I mean, I am eating 90% less bread than I used to eat, which is unbelievable. Every sandwich I have is on a bed of lettuce, and I'm starting to like it. Now, I got cornbread from Thanksgiving still in the refrigerator, but I can't. I mean, it just like I woke up and all of a sudden I noticed I'm not eating bread. There's a lot of other things I got to do right, but that is one thing that's huge. So, girlfriends, this is a subject we all love to talk about. Chris,
Yeah, I
how do
have
you
a
fit it
question.
in?
Yeah, real quickly, Walter, thank you again for being with us on today. I have a question. What is the psychology? I keep hearing about, I haven't really investigated the psychology behind Noom, Noom. I have a friend that's using it and I saw her and I was like, wow, you look great. And she signed up for Noom and it's working for her. Do you know anything about that and the psychology behind it?
I do, and actually, it's very, very similar to how I offer my services to my clients. Their app that they use um, forces, not forces, it requests that you do homework assignments kind of with your meal planning. So they ask you, what did you eat today? How'd you eat? Was it worth it? And things like that during the day. So it kind of holds you accountable to what you're trying to accomplish. It does not encourage exercise as much as obviously I believe in. If you think of a balloon, when you fill it up with air, it's filled up. If you let all the air out, it kind of looks not as pretty. And the same thing applies when you just use diet alone versus diet and exercise. It's great to lose weight, but that's not the whole picture, right? On stage, I weigh 209 pounds. I walk around at 235 pounds. I don't look bad at 235. It's not the same composition. And then when I compare that to Arnold Schwarzenegger, when he was on stage, he was 235 pounds on stage. So, his 235 and my 235 look different. So, yes, you could lose weight on Noom, but is it going to be a proportional, shapely shape using Noom. So that would be the only difference. So do I believe in it? Of course, it can help you lose weight, but that's not the whole picture. How's your heart health? Is it helping your A1C? Is it helping all the other factors that go along with your health besides just weight? I look at it like with someone who needs accountability. I'm going to write that down to my notes and I'm going to text them or give them a call or say, hey, how are things going today? And kind of give the same type of feedback until they know that I'm on their backside, making sure they're on top of us after a while, take off the training wheels and they're off. I guess that's kind of the biggest way, and letting people know that you're there for them. You know, it's a very personal thing. You know, someone's coming to you for help about their physical well-being. It's a big deal. It's a big step for a lot of people. So you can't be the drill sergeant when you're with some clients. Some people need that, and I don't feel like an app can give you that 100%, like the actual human.
Got it.
Walter, you're going to tell us a couple of success stories. Maybe just have time for one success story before the break.
Absolutely.
Talk to us about how you've worked with a few clients.
Absolutely. So I have a client of mine. I'm not going to use her name, but we started together. She weighed 267 pounds at 5'5". After we worked together for 9 months, she was down to 179 pounds. After 12 months, that sister is down to 156 and holding. And she's been at 156. No surgeries, off of diabetes medicine, off of high blood pressure, off of cholesterol meds. Her doctor was like, whatever you're doing, you need to bottle it and sell it. And really has done a great job with. And the key is, Walter, I'm going here for dinner. What can I eat? Walter, this is what I'm doing today for lunch. Is this okay? If I say no, then she won't go. Those are the small things that make a difference, you know.
Those are big things. Those are big, small things,
right? You know. But here's the thing. Here's what I always would tell her. You know, it's not important to win the day. Win the minute, because the minute's going to be an hour, and the hour will be the day. You don't have to win the day. Just win the minute. Sometimes
that's good.
Don't set yourself up for failure, right? You set yourself up for success. Like when I'm in prep, going for a show, I don't go into a gas station to get gas or even to go pee, because I know when I walk in, the Reese cup is right there. I'm not going to walk in. Right. So it's how do you set yourself up for success? So I know we've got a little break in a second. I see Katrina give them the eye.
Yep.
So.
You got it. You know, 10 foods that weaken your immune system. We've talked a lot about this. We've talked about it. We've talked about sugar. We've talked about salty foods. We have talked about foods that are not great for your immune system, fried foods and processed foods and all those things.
That's right.
It's so important that we take care of our immune system during this time. So Omicron, Corona, Delta,
and inflammation
near our house, inflammation as well. We will be right back from the break. We'll be right back from the break with another jamming song and Walter Sellers, our guest. level up. It is time to level up. We are talking about eat, drink, be merry, and enjoy your holiday, but be fit. And so I wanted to talk about, first of all, can we just talk about Sierra? Okay. Her body right there. I'm like, that girl, unbelievable. And I just love how she is not only how she's transformed her life. I just love everything about her. She's doing her and her husband doing some really great things. Walter, talk about alcohol. And because a lot of people consume more alcohol, we could talk about, all that from several different angles, but can you talk about it from a fitness angle too?
Absolutely. So alcohol is, part of life. People been drinking alcohol forever, all the way back in Christian, in the Bible, all the way to now. Drinking excess, I think, is the issue. A lot of people, unfortunately, just drink too much. And alcohol it's fun, it's great, it's fantastic, but there are downsides. It slows your metabolism because it blocks receptors for your stomach to create the digestive enzymes so they can process your food and absorb the nutrients. So it slows the metabolization of food that you're eating. At the same time it does that, unfortunately, a lot of times when you're drinking, you're eating. So the natural inhibitor that you have that stops yourself from eating when you get full, that can get blocked because you're eating, drinking, having a great time, and you can overeat and eat past your diet, eat past whatever you're supposed to eat past. So alcohol has a bunch of empty calories. The average drink is like 155 calories, and it really has no nutritional value. There's nothing that it's helping you do. Kind of like eating cucumbers, it doesn't really give you any nutritional value. I guess it's kind of your body uses it like fuel at first, so it's going to burn it before it burns your food. So it's good to not drink a whole lot. But if you have to drink, I'm going to give you some drinks of choice that will make sense. That might make sense. I'm not proposing that go drink alcohol. I'm just saying that if you have to drink, these are the drinks that you should have. My go-to, personally, is vodka. Vodka has about 100 calories per shot. And if you do it on the rocks, there's no filler, there's no juice, there's no fun stuff. And most people can't just drink shot after shot of vodka. You got to kind of drink it a little bit slow, especially if it's on the rocks, so you can keep that same drink for the whole night. If you do another drink, whiskey is another good 100-calorie drink per shot.
You're gonna be keeping the calories low, but you're gonna be laid out, okay?
If you have to have a mixer, club soda is always the best one because there's no sugar, there's no fun stuff in it. A splash of cranberry, lemon juice, lime juice, stuff like that. That's not going to add a whole bunch of additional calories to the drink. Like I said, I'm not recommending it. I'm just saying that there are alternatives to having 4 or 5 glasses of wine that carry 200 calories per glass.
And also not just alcohol, but even, the drinks what we drink around the holiday too.
Of course. Eggnog. Eggnog is like 700 calories per 10 ounces. It's crazy.
Eggnog? I'm so glad I don't like eggnog.
I don't like it either. Thank God.
Gloria, you have worked out with Pierre, your trainer forever. How do you fit it in with a busy life? We're going to talk. Walter has some great stuff to share with us about traveling, and no matter where you are, you can fit it in. But how do you do it?
Walter, I'm so glad to have this conversation. I could have this conversation all day, every day, because my whole thing is accountability. There just seems to be something about accountability. And I know I've done it. I think people beat themselves up when they cannot guide themselves. And we have coaches in different other areas of our life. And I think that women have to get just comfortable with the fact that coaches really make a difference. You're not supposed to eat the candy, but you need to ask somebody so they can say, don't eat the candy. It's going to give you inflammation, but you need somebody to say, don't eat it. You're supposed to get on the treadmill at between 5 and 6 in the morning. And if you don't get on it in the morning, you say you're going to get on it at noon, but you're not going to get on it. You're just not going to do it. So to me, it's the accountability that makes a difference. And then I love what you said when you said, you don't have to win the day, you just have to win the moment. Because I saw something today about Tiger Woods and his comeback. And he said the best advice his father gave him from the military was, if you can't grab a whole big habit, little steps towards the habit will end up giving you the entire habit, and the entire habit will get you well. And so, I just absolutely love the fact that, that you could come hard because you have an idea about where you can go. And then the other part of it, Walter, is how you get there, you get the body like you had when you compete, and then you sort of lose the body because you ate that pizza, or whatever. So it's like there's always this fight. And we are going to Hawaii next year. So we got a reason to get tight. I'm just telling you right now, we got a reason to get tight. So travel is a big part of it. And it's a mental game. Everything is a mental game. It just seems like everything is a mental game. And so I love your accountability. I cannot wait for you to tell us how you work with people long distance.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
we want to talk about that. I want to.
Absolutely. That is one of my favorite things to do. I got to tell you, if I could only handle clients virtually, it'd be awesome. But some people like me yelling at them in the front of them. So, I don't know what that's about. I honestly like.
I'm so glad I don't live by you.
Right. I like working out online with a client because it's very specific, right? When you show up online, you're dialed in and you're ready to go. Sometimes when you're meeting someone at the house, at the gym, it's like, Jesus Christ, you heard it when you're ready. It's always 5 more minutes. But when you're online, look, we got schedules, the clock's on the thing. We got work to do. So they come in and just like they handle their job. You come in, you do your job, and keep going. We schedule our time and we go to work. Ordinarily, my clients have no idea what we're going to work on the day that we work out together because I don't want them to try to load manage the workout. I don't want you to say, okay, I know we're going to do legs today. Let me take it easy in the first couple sets. Until we get going, you have no idea what we're going to do. And so I kind of like to be able to give that kind of surprise. Whereas if we're in the gym and we're face to face, we're going to the squat rack. Okay, we're going to do legs today. Oh, we're going over to the dumbbells. We're probably going to upper body today. So I like being able to have a little bit of mix up and a little bit of surprise. Oh, we're doing all body weight today.
And do you do the cardio with them too, Walter?
So sometimes Caterina and I walk on the treadmill together. Like when I was in prep, I would have to do cardio twice a day. So I had to get up in the morning early, and then at night, she and I would get on the treadmill with her. I guess it'd be like 10 o'clock her my time. So
6 o'clock my time, 9 o'clock your time.
Yeah, her time. Yeah, so we do it at night together on the treadmill. Just whatever while she was working. But the accountability to the process, that's what builds the habit. And if someone's there with you, then it makes it a little bit easier. It makes that load a little bit easier while you're going because you're not alone.
It's such a mental thing, right, Walter? It's all in your mind. It's your mind. I mean, we are grown women. We are successful women. Why do we need somebody to say, get on the treadmill and do your 10 minutes? Okay.
Here's why. I'm going to tell you why. Because our brain, I like David Goggins, he's a Navy SEAL, paratrooper, Army Ranger, but he says that your mind is the most medieval thing in your body because it knows all of your weaknesses and all of your fears. And it gets up early every single day, on time, every time to tell you, don't do that, it's going to hurt. Don't do that, you'll be sweating. You can mess up your hair, don't do that. Nope, your makeup going to run, don't do that.
Wow.
And having someone, at least like me, at 4:30 in the morning, guess where I am? I'm on the Stairmaster. And I'm not going to ask you to do something I'm not willing to do. So,
hey, Walter.
That accountability, yes, ma'am.
Is important.
Quick question. Let's see. Wait a minute. Do I have time before the break? Real quickly. Is it better out in the morning, in the afternoon, or at night? Or is it just workout, period?
There is no correct answer. It depends on you.
Wow.
Sometimes for me, I wake up in the morning and I do my faster cardio, period. So when I wake up, the first thing I do, I go pee. I'm on one of the three things. I'm either treadmill, Stairmaster, or bike. One of those three, period. There's no anything. Now, as far as my workout time, it really depends on my schedule. If I know that I'm going to have a full load with clients all day, I'm going to do my workout between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. So I'm going to eat my breakfast right after I finish my faster cardio and wait about 45 minutes, and I'm hitting the weights. And then when I get home at night, I'll normally do about a 20-minute or 30-minute walk, because then I'll coach my wife because she's working on some stuff. So I'll coach her on some different exercises and everything while I'm walking at night. But there is no correct answer. If you like working up at 2 o'clock in the morning to work out at 2 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't really matter. But to me,
do you have to do weights and aerobics? A lot of people just do aerobics or just want to do weights. Do you have to do both?
Good science question. I love it. So if you want to increase muscle, you must have resistance training, period. Full stop. If you want to have muscles, you have to do resistance training. Now, let me make sure we're clear. Just because you lift weights don't mean you're going to look like that. Pick up the weights. It's okay. For all the ladies out there who think that because you're lifting weights, you're going to get muscle and look like a man, I promise you, there's nothing short of using drugs you're going to do look like a man. It just is not going to happen. Lift weights. Don't be afraid. Go to the squat rack. Squat. Go to the bench. Your boobs are not going to leave you. Go use the dumbbells. Do some bench press. It matters. It matters.
This is good.
How many days a week? How many days a week, Walters? How many days a week for your clients?
And how long?
So that matters. How many days a week really depends on you. If I'm working out with you, I wouldn't recommend working out with me more than twice a week. But that's just my ego talking, I guess, maybe a little bit. But weight training, probably 3 days a week for the normal human being, and cardio every single day, period. Because your heart is your most important muscle. Your heart is your most important muscle.
7 days a week.
I can't think of one more important. Can you? I can't think of a muscle more important.
Wow.
And when I say
Walters,
every single day, it's not doing it for an hour. It's 20 minutes. Get your heart rate up to 120 beats per minute, and then come down.
Mm-hmm. We're going to another break. Yeah, you just hit a sore point there. Walter's website, I'll say it again when we come back, classicmanfitness.net. And he has a code, issue21. Issue21 will get you the hookup with Walter Sellers. All right, we'll be right back for our final break with our guest, Walter Sellers. workout song. Oh my gosh. Earlier today, Walter and I were talking about, he said, I'm not that much younger than you. We listen to the same music. We do everything. Walter, I remember those days being in DC, those parties that I went to with biker pants on. That was a workout. Okay, that was a workout all in itself.
For sure.
Seriously, I honestly, dancing would be my thing, but where am I gonna go dance that hard anymore? So, Sabrina, you live in a house full. I know it's not full, but you are surrounded. The boys are gone. You're surrounded by athletes, and I know you can just add to it the discipline that you see from them, and how when you were talking about mindset, I mean, I think they were just born that way. They inherited it from Kenny. But and watching I just watched a piece of it. I haven't watched the whole documentary. Sabrina, mention Kenny's documentary again to everyone that's here. Olympic gold medalist Kenny Monday.
Yes. Go to Rudis, RUDIS, Rudis.com. The first African-American man to win Olympic gold medal in the sport of wrestling. A phenomenal story, incredible discipline. Walter, and the thing is, to watch them do what they do to wrestle all by itself, because they have to not only know the sport, but they've got to control their weight. They can't even compete if they're an ounce over their weight class.
Wow.
Isn't that something? Right. I mean, talk about discipline. I mean, and then I was saying, you would think it's always good to have an accountability partner, to go to the gym, to take a walk. I mean, and it's so easy to get out of the habit. Once you're in the habit, you're going good, and then you lose it, and then getting back in it. But I've seen those boys, they just stay with it. They don't ever seem to get out of discipline, it's training their mind. It's like you train your brain and the brain just does what it's supposed to do. Thank you, Julia Davis. Great documentary. Thank you, guys. Go watch it. It's inspiring for sure.
Yes. So just the opening had me like, I was glued. Just the opening.
Yeah.
I was glued. So we're watching it on Friday as the family.
That's awesome. Screen. I think any athlete, I was talking to my aunt today, and she said she never really appreciated wrestling until she saw Kenny's documentary this past weekend.
Wow.
She was always like, why is he doing that to himself? Okay. So after that documentary, she's like, I have a whole newfound respect for the sport, for what he has to do. And I think anytime, I have a friend who's a bodybuilder. She totally transformed her body at 42 years old. At 42 years old. Yeah. So I promise, Walter, I am going to get it, okay? I am going to get on that horse. Kenny was just talking to me last week. He's like, we have a 750,000 square foot building, 5 minutes. We have got to get in there. And it's just clicking on the brain and saying, okay, this is it. So my name is Sabrina Monday, and I am going to do better. Okay.
All of us. My name is Caterina. I'm going to do better because I'm on it when Walter's in front of me, but it is not easy to keep doing that after when you don't have all eyes on me. So
That's
discipline is so important. Walter is going to share, and I know he's going to articulate it for the radio audience, but I think Dorothy's going to play a little short clip about what you can do even when you're traveling, as we're starting to travel again. It's like you will have me grab a chair, grab this, like no excuses. So can you describe it? And I think Dorothy's going to play that short little clip. So describe.
I put together a quick little workout video that you can do in the airport, in a train station. The first exercise is some chair dips. You'll see me doing that there. So basically you're back against the chair and use your arms. Of course, if you can do push-ups, if there's enough space, there's always room for push-ups. And it's an easy exercise.
Can you see these women doing push-ups in the airport?
And this is an easy one.
They gonna call security. Security.
This is easy. Put your back against the wall and just sit on air. And that's it. Just a couple quick 2 or 3 rounds, just like that. You can do that at any airport, and it'll keep your body moving. And that way your feet don't fall asleep when you're on the plane or on the train.
But you could do it also in the
yeah. Don't you feel so much better when you're working out, when you're getting that oxygen? I mean, what's the word I'm looking for? It feeds endorphins. When you work out.
That's right.
You just feel better. You sleep better.
It makes you a happier person.
Better attitude. Yeah, it really does make a difference.
Later.
Facts. So that is a big time fact. You know, Mel Robbins wrote a great book called The 5-Second Rule, and that book changes everything. You know, count 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get up and make it happen, and that takes you to the next level. There's no counting involved. You just roll over and put on your gym clothes and shoes, and if you got to get up really early because your day's starting early, go to bed with your gym clothes on. And just roll out and put your shoes on. Yeah, I've done that too.
Now that's a thought. That's a thought.
That's a make it happen. That's a make it happen. Shoot.
I did it a couple times, but just because those gym clothes are on don't mean you're going to start working out.
Okay, so Walter, what do you tell your clients about that hair? Black women and their hair working out if we are not natural, like Crisette, like Gloria. Well, Gloria's kind of natural. I don't know. Gloria ain't all the way natural. She's kind of natural.
The best thing I can tell you is I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to tell you that you're not going to sweat because you are going to sweat.
You want to sweat.
Deal with it.
40%
say
that is the reason. 40% said that's the reason for them not working out.
Right.
40% of Black women. However, that is one of the biggest reasons people are going natural.
So there's also a thing that I've found is how much are you willing to pay to get your workout in. I'm not saying that Walter's the best in the world because I charge people. I'm saying that the amount that I charge folks, it's going to be okay. I'm paying for this service, and it's worth it. So the hair I can get braids for 3 months while I get my body together. You know what I mean? I can get braids every 6 weeks and be done with it. I can go natural for 6 weeks or 8 weeks, whatever it is, and be straight. Because once you're there, maintaining it is a lot different than getting there. The workload is different. So be willing to pay the price. Invest in yourself.
Nicole Ari Parker created a hairband just for us to absorb sweat right into the scalp, which can help. So that is one thing. Although some people would say she got the good kind of hair.
I'll put that on my website. Can you send me a link for that?
Okay.
That's actually good.
Yeah. I've seen it. I have seen it. I want to just share 10 steps before we go. 10 things you can do coming off of the Thanksgiving holiday. Keep it moving. Avoid sitting for prolonged periods of time. Sitting is the new can cause cancer, just sitting too long. Number 2, have a plan and hydrate. It's very important to control weight. Number 3, make lists. Exercise early and sleep is so important. Workouts in the morning. Walter talked about just get it in though throughout the day. Number 4, expect the unexpected. Have emergency bag of healthy food. That is so important. I forget that. I have to keep reminding myself. Number 5, be creative and get rid of all or nothing mindset. All or nothing mindset doesn't work. It's better win the minute, right? If you lose a minute, then win the next minute. Number 6, plan and remember there's always time and opportunity for workouts. If my schedule keeps me from going to the gym, someone said, find 15 minutes with body weights and kettlebell swings and Walter's app. You can again go to classicmanfitness.net, and the code is issues with an S, right, Walter? Issues, like
that's
we got
right.
issues 21. Lastly, indulge for a night, not a season. Remember, it's a single day. Every single day, win the day. Number 9, rev up your walking. Number 10, take a moment for yourself. Don't beat yourself up, but we are getting this together. Our tribe is going to be fit, fine, and on time, all right? I will post the link for Nicole Ari Parker's headband, okay?
That's it.
Thank you, Walter. Thank you.
Thank you all.
And we'll see you back for the new year when it's time for all of us to. We're gonna wait. We're not gonna wait till January 1st to get it together. We're starting right.
Start now.
All right.
Start now.
See you guys tomorrow. We got issues. Who's got tomorrow?
Check it out. All right.
Chris,
me.
Gloria, Sabrina. Okay, Sabrina's hosted tomorrow. Awesome. Can't wait to see y'all. Bye-bye.